Hey guys, what's up? It's Crumb, and welcome to your Icthlarin's Little Helper quest guide for the 2007 servers. For this quest, you need a pet kitten, a cat, an overgrown cat, or a Hellcat. Any type of cat that you have will work. You need a tinderbox, around 500 coins that will cover your magic carpet fare here, and the 30 coins we need during the actual quest, but bring more to be safe. You need a bag of salt, willow logs, a bucket of sap, which can be attained by using a knife with a bucket in your inventory on any evergreen tree throughout Runescape. There's some north of Falador. It's recommended to bring a couple antipoisons. I'll be bringing one antidote plus. You should also bring a few waterskin 4s as we're going to be in the desert. And it's also recommended to bring some stamina potions and perhaps a super energy, as there's a fair bit of running in this quest. We'll also need to defeat a level 75 mage and a level 81 melee. So for that, I'll be bringing some food, some armor, and I'm going to be bringing a prayer potion as I intend on using overheads. Alright, so to begin this quest, let's go ahead and make our way to Pool of Inch. You can do that by taking the magic carpet here, which is located just outside of the Shanty Pass. Alright, so let's go ahead and run south from the transportation sign until we get to the little river here. And then follow the river west all the way until you hit a bridge. Here is the bridge. Once you find the bridge, keep running south. Just keep running south. Had to stop and start that recording because my mouse glitched. And eventually we'll hit a little oasis here, as we can see on map now. Once you hit that oasis, go ahead and head east. And you'll eventually come to this little hut thing in the middle of the desert. Once here, drop your pet cat or kitten. And speak to the wanderer. Say why, what's your problem with it, option 2. Say okay, I'll get your supplies, option 1. Then speak to her again. And say yes, I have them all here, option 4. A short cutscene is going to occur. And here we are. We no longer need any waterskins, so if you have any extras on you, feel free to drop them. Go ahead now and hit examine on the canopic jar, which you got in your inventory. It's going to have a shape of either a crocodile, a buck, a man, or an ape. In my case, it has a lid shaped as an ape. So go ahead and pull up Notepad or whatever and write that down because we'll need that for later. This is random for everybody's. Once again, yours could be a crocodile, a buck, a man, or an ape. Mine was an ape. Once you've done that, go ahead and touch the door to the south. And now this is very important as it will make you not need to run around the traps. Simply click on your map up to the north where I'm going to click, and it's going to automatically run past all the traps in this pyramid for you. Makes it much easier and it saves a lot of time. Careful, there's some mummies and there's a herpy bug swarm that will come out at you. That could potentially poison you. It's in this room right here. Just keep running. Be prepared for that. It's a scarab swarm, actually. And run to this little black pit here. The one that is to the north. Once you're at this pit, go ahead and make sure that your run energy is above 20. And then jump across it. If your run energy is not above 20, you will have a 100% chance of failing. If you do fail, you'll be brought back to the start and you simply need to come back here and retry. Go ahead now, once you're across, and run to the western room. And try to open this doorway. You'll get a picture of a bird. On the right hand side, go ahead and hit on the reset puzzle icon. until you get an image which looks just like this one that's on screen now. So there's no tiles on the top and there's a full row on the bottom. Then click on the tile which is kind of 2 down and 1 into the right here, so on screen now. And then click on the top right tile. And then click on the tile 3 down from here, so on screen now. And this will complete the puzzle and you'll fade out. Now let's go ahead and drop our kitten and speak to the sphinx, who should be just east. Say, I need your help, option 1. Say, okay, that sounds fair, option 1. And pick option 2, number 9. Say totally positive, option 1. If you for some reason mess that up, she'll take your cat away and you'll need to go back to Gertrude and get another one. But yeah. So once you've gone ahead and spoke to her, you'll get a sphinx token. Let's go ahead now and run west into the priest altar. And I guess I am DCing. So go ahead and run west into the priest altar here. And once in here, speak to the high priest. Let's go ahead now and return to the temple after that long conversation there. And once here, go ahead and open the door. Now at this point, we will be fighting the first monster. If your little canopic jar here said it was a man, it will be a melee. If it said it was a croc, you'll be fighting a mage. If it said it was a buck, you'll be fighting a melee. And if it said it was an ape, you'll be fighting a mage. So let's go ahead now and start running. Once again, click on the mini map. That way you don't actually need to navigate these traps yourself. The game will do it automatically. And we need to run to that little jump thingy-majig up there to the north. Past the scarab swarm. And just keep in mind that when you get to it and try to jump, make sure that your run energy is above 20%, otherwise you have a 100% chance of failing. Once you do it, you'll be brought to this door here, and you'll be back in a dream state. Go ahead and open the doorway, and if we go over to the east, we'll see some jars here. If you examine each jar, you'll see that the lid is shaped like a different object. You're going to want to keep examining all of these until you find the one which is shaped like your canopic jar, which we wrote down earlier. So mine was an ape, and this is the ape jar. I'm going to go ahead and take that, and I'll need to fight the monster that appears. Okay, so once you have finished killing it, go ahead and take that jar. The one that corresponded to your canopic jar. You don't need your notepad anymore, so you can go ahead and exit out of that. Alright, so now let's go ahead and leave the room with jar in inventory. And let's head across the pit again, making sure your run energy is above 20%. And you'll realize what you've done after you have jumped across, so you need to go ahead and jump across again. Once again, making sure your run energy is at the required amount. The higher your agility level, the better chance you have of passing these things. So go ahead and run back to the western room here. Go ahead and open up this doorway here. You'll be prompted with the puzzle again. Once again, make it look like the one on screen here by using the reset button, and then click the tile which is 2 in, 2 down. Click the top right tile, and the tile which is all the way to the right hand side, and 3 down. Okay, once here, go ahead and run back to where you picked up the jar from and drop it. And you think to yourself that you should return to the high priest. So let's go ahead and run out of this room. And at this point, we actually kind of want to fail on these pit cross. So if you do, that would be nice. However, if you don't, we're going to need to run all the way back. I didn't fail, so I'm simply going to run all the way back. Once again, this is very easy. Just click on the mini-map. Now, when we get up to these little wall pushers here, if we actually travel on the very north hand side of this, there's actually a trapdoor. That if we step on, oh my god, there we go, we'll fall through and be teleported back to the start. Saves a little bit of time. Then once here, go ahead and climb up the ladder and head back to the high priest and his little temple here to the west. Say sure, no problem, option 1. Let's go ahead and head east towards the carpenter. Once you made it to the carpenter, go ahead and speak to him. Say, alright, I'll get the wood for you, option 2. Then speak to him again because we already have the wood. Okay, let's go ahead now and head back towards the little, what do you call it, like church thing. His temple. And then it's just south from there. We'll find the embalmer. Go ahead and speak to him. Then speak to him again. Once you're done speaking to him, go ahead and run east again towards the carpenter. Except this time it's just a little bit north from there. We need to talk to the keep running north from the carpenter. We need to speak to the silk salesman. And he will give us some linen, though we never agreed to buy it. If you read the dialogue there, it's kind of funny. Anyways, go ahead and return back to the high priest, or go ahead and return back to the embalmer. And once you're done speaking to him, go ahead and return to the high priest. He tells us to go back to the carpenter, so let's go ahead and make our way there. Go ahead and speak to the carpenter. And he will give us the finished holy symbol. Let's go ahead now and return back to the temple. We're going to be fighting a level 91 mage now, so make sure you're ready to do that. Go ahead and open the door. And once the door is open, once again, click on the mini map so your character will automatically run around the traps. And up to the little agility jump. Past the swarm. Make sure that your run energy is above 20% when you jump. And go ahead and run now to the eastern room. And open the doorway. Then use the unholy symbol on any of the sarcophaguses in this room. Then go ahead and open this doorway. The hallucination will be over. Go ahead and jump across the pit again. If you fail, simply run all the way back and try again. Once you've made it across, go ahead and head into the western room. Once in the western room, speak to the high priest. The wanderer will appear and summon the mage. And go ahead and protect and attack the possessed priest. I'll be back once I've killed it. Once you've killed it, it'll drop a random item. You can take that if you want, it's not needed. And then speak to the high priest. Then you'll see one last short cutscene here. And we now need to return back to the high priest in his palace thing, whatever you call it. So let's go ahead and make our way back to that ladder. It's better if you fail jumping on this pit, as you'll just be sent back pretty close to the ladder. And I did, wow. Lucked out there, I guess. So yeah, go ahead and run back. Once again, you can just use the mini map and it makes it very easy. And if you stand here on this northern square, there's a pitfall. And just climb up the ladder. Then simply run west towards the high priest and speak to him to complete this quest. And that will be quest complete. Thank you guys for watching, and there's one last thing we can do. We'll get a cat speak amulet. Go ahead and equip that. Drop the pet kitten and talk to your kitten. And say, you know, I'm still confused about all that business with the devourer. It's the last option. And one last cutscene will happen. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, love, peace, and chicken.